Hi, it's Aga, and today I would like to introduce you to my new glitter brushes for Procreate. The link to the set you can find in the description. These brushes are very versatile and you can create beautiful things with them. They are also quite unique as they work in a different way than other glitter brushes that you can find online. So in this video I would like to briefly explain how to best use them. Let's have a look at what's inside. The set contains 100 glitter and metallic brushes, which I have divided into 5 categories. Plus a few extra brushes at the end of the set. I will talk about them later. And besides, I included here stamps with tips for using the brushes. The most important tips you can find also right below the name of each brush type. The first category are glitter fillers. These brushes are great for painting backgrounds or, for example, adding overlays to text. The brushes are opaque, which means that they can be stacked on top of each other without showing through. With these brushes you can paint in any color and on any background you want directly, but it's better to use a method. First, let's create a new layer on top of the glitter one, then change its blend mode to color and activate the clipping mask. Next, let's drag the same blue color onto this new layer and see what happens. The glitter looks just better now. Let's try yet a different color, maybe yellow. You can also use multiple colors on the same layer or on separate layers. Just remember that the blend mode should be set to color and that the clipping mask should be enabled. In the end, we can combine all the layers into one. In this method, it doesn't matter what color you choose for the glitter brush, because it will take over the color from the layer above. So for the glitter brush, I would even suggest to use a grayscale, because it's just easier to estimate color value and choose the best one. If you use a color with a darker value, the glitter texture will be more pronounced, and if you use a lighter color, the glitter will be softer and also less contrasting. Another thing about these brushes is that the glitter grain size depends on the brush size. The bigger the brush, the bigger the grain, and vice versa. This can be changed in the brush settings. So let's click the brush, select grain, and here move the zoom slider to the right end. And this will make the grain fixed. And then adjust the grain size with the scale slider. Let's paint again. Now the glitter texture always looks the same, regardless of the brush size. If you would like to restore the original settings later, click About this brush and then Reset brush. One important thing about these brushes is that you have to press the Apple Pencil quite firmly to reveal glitter texture. If you press too lightly, it will be blurry. So if you normally press the stylus gently, go to Actions, Preferences, Pressure and Smoothing, and on the graph, drag the top point of the pressure curve to the left. Let's try again with more pressure and with a little pressure. And the brush works well in every case now. Just remember that any change in the pressure curve will affect all other brushes in the Procreate library, so don't forget to reset the curve later. The next category are glitter strokes. And these brushes have textures similar to glitter fillers, but here the line thickness is pressure dependent. Less pressure, thinner line, and more pressure, the line will be thicker. And besides, the grain size is fixed and doesn't follow the size of the brush. And again, you can adjust the grain size to your liking in the brush settings, but this time using only the scale slider. By default, I optimized the grain for the canvas size of 12 by 12 inches at 300 dpi. These brushes are great for calligraphy, although they are not smoothed. But you can easily add this feature. Go to Actions, Preferences, Pressure and Smoothing, and here you can use the stabilization slider to adjust the amount of smoothing. Let's try it again, and now it feels much more fluid. These brushes are also great for loose painting. Another cool use for these brushes can be glitter coloring of existing images. Let me show you how it works. So here we have an image of a flower. Let's create a new layer on top of this image and change its blend mode, this time not to color but to luminosity. We can also activate the clipping mask, but this only makes sense if the image is isolated and not blended with the background. Next, let's choose a glitter brush and on this new layer paint over the image, over those areas that you want to make glittery. And like before, the color of the brush doesn't really matter. The next category are glitter pens. Here I have collected various fancy brushes that can be used for writing, for creating interesting details or creating abstract artworks. And they will do great also with the symmetry tool in Procreate. Some of these brushes will work best with bright saturated colors, and I put a note next to the names of such brushes. Besides, some of them will look best on darker backgrounds. There are also brushes for which you can use black color, like this one here, for example. The next group I called Glitter to Color. And for these brushes, you should choose two different colors. But not any two colors, because one of them should be white. And white should be set as the main one, visible here in the circle. And also these brushes look especially beautiful if you add color on a separate layer with active clipping mask and with the blend mode set to color. These brushes have some cool features like white borders or 3D effect, and they are just perfect for creating amazing graphics with the use of the symmetry tool. At the end of this group are two metallic brushes for which you can use black instead of white as the main color, and they still do well. So this is with white, and now with black. And the other brush with black and with white. The last category of glitter brushes in this set is glitter on white. And these brushes only work well on a white background and won't look good on other colors. But I'm gonna show you how to overcome this limitation. Let's choose some opaque brush from the list of extras and paint a white shape that will be the base for the glitter brush. Then let's activate alpha lock on that layer, and within the same layer paint with a glitter brush. Instead of alpha lock, we can create a new layer on top, activate the clipping mask and paint with the glitter brush on that new layer. And here's another method. So let's first paint with the glitter brush. Then let's use the selection tool in automatic mode and select the area outside the shape. And without lifting the Apple Pencil, I'm sliding right, left to adjust the selection so that only the background is selected and nothing inside the shape. We can also add a minimal amount of feather to smooth the edges, but it's not necessary. And also make sure that color fill is disabled. Next, tap invert, and now the shape is selected. Let's create a new layer. Pick white color and tap Fill Layer in the Layers menu. Let's move the white shape below the glitter one, and that's it. We can also duplicate the white shape layer. Change the bottom copy to black by clicking invert. Add some Gaussian blur, and we have a shadow. In the end, we can merge the layers together. The last part of the set are extras, and here you will find some plain brushes which can be used to paint their base for glitter on white brushes or for coloring glitter textures. Besides, in extras you will find stamps and brushes for adding extra sparkle to your creations. That's it as for my glitter set for Procreate. If you like the brushes, you can find a link in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.